Hello, I'm Eric Friedman, Director of Montgomery County's Office of Consumer Protection. Our mission here at OCP is to ensure integrity in the marketplace. In today's show, we'll be looking at the buying and selling of mattresses, from deceptive advertisements to rules about selling used mattresses to the latest health concern. We'll find out from the experts your best line of defense.
To spot a bed bug.
Then we'll take a trip to the towing yard. Getting your car towed can be a traumatic experience. It is one of the most frequent complaint topics here at the Office of Consumer Protection. What are the laws? What can you do to prevent a tow? Investigator Doug Numbers will hit the road to find out.
Are you parked on private property?
And finally, October 1st, 2010 begins a new law that prohibits Maryland drivers from using a cell phone without a hands-free device. An earlier law bans texting. The new law will result in a secondary offense, while the texting law is a first offense. What's the difference? You'll want to be on the receiving end of this information. So let's begin with the box springs. Investigator Joy Matthews will explain what to look out for when buying a new mattress.
It is very difficult to select a mattress in this marketplace. There are so many retailers and they offer so many different mattresses and styles. But the problem is that the retailers very rarely call the models the exact same name, so it's hard to do comparison shopping. Now, typically, lying on a mattress is the most common test to determine the kind of mattress that you want. That can be very difficult, and it's not the only determining factor. Then the cost is also a determining factor. But of course, the most expensive mattress is not necessarily the best mattress. Really, the issue is the quality of the mattress. And selecting the quality can be difficult. So to help the consumer make a selection, there's the Consumer Reports magazine, which rates the different kinds of mattresses. And there's also called a magazine, the Sharp Smart magazine, that actually will give unbiased opinion to the kinds of mattresses and how to select and so forth. So those are some resources to use as well. What really brings you into a store to look at a mattress is going to be the advertisement. And there are so many advertisements that you have to be careful about. You think it may be the best deal of the century, and actually it may not necessarily be that. There are a lot of misleading ads. For example, one of the ads to be very careful about is that money-back guarantee. And the money-back guarantee basically says that if you're dissatisfied with this mattress, you can bring it back. But you really need to look at the fine print. The fine print may have that in the terms and conditions that there's a fee to bring it back, or there's a delivery charge, that kind of thing. So you need to be careful. Then you have the continuous sale ad. The continuous sale ad may start with a 4th of July ad, special holidays, Labor Day, Memorial Day. And those advertisements are usually before the sale, that special Labor Day sale or special holiday sale, and after the sale, but it's really a continuous sale. It's no different from that ad being next month to next week, and it's not really a special deal. It's just to draw you in. And then, of course, you have the traffic maker mattress. That's when the store advertises a mattress at a particularly low price. Oh, you think you're getting a great deal. But once you get to the store, the salesman will take you to the back of the store and there's this mattress of inferior quality that no one would want to purchase. So again, it's to draw you into the store. Okay, now you have the competitor's price guarantee. This is a little tricky. Retail sellers boldly advertise that they provide a price guarantee and that they will beat the competitor's price by 25 or 30%. But it's an empty claim. The retail sellers know that mattresses made by the same manufacturers are sold by each different retail store using different product names for each mattress. By being the exclusive seller of each mattress, retail sellers know that a competitor will never sell the same mattress by the same name, so they will never have to honor their guarantee. If you do come in based on an advertisement, you want to bring that advertisement with you. You want to ask the salesman to explain the terms and conditions of that advertisement. That's very important. And again, what's important to emphasize is that you want to lie on that mattress as long as you can. You want to compare it with another mattress so that you can determine if this may be the mattress that you're interested in, that may accommodate your needs. Once you have determined that this may be your mattress, you want to also ask to see the store refund policy or ask about the store refund policy. You also want to ask to see the manufacturer's warranty booklet. And it's important that you do that as well because that manufacturer warranty booklet will discuss how to care for that mattress and if you have a complaint, how to proceed in terms of a claim. You've made your decision, and now that mattress is being delivered to your home, you want to do a couple things. You want to inspect the mattress carefully. Obviously, you want to inspect it while it's in the package. Sometimes it's hard to tell the obvious damages or defects, but try to give it an inspection while it's in the package. Once the package has been uncovered, you want to be sure that you inspect the mattress for any obvious damage. Also inspect the box spring. If you do see some damages, it's important that you make a notation on the receipt before the delivery people leave. You want to bring it to their attention as well. You also want to contact the store to let them know that you have found some damages. Also be sure that that warranty document, the manufacturer's warranty document, is attached to the mattress. Once you're dissatisfied with your mattress and you want to return it, the question becomes, can I return the mattress? And typically, most retailers will not accept the return of a mattress. If it's a defect, there's a process that you have to follow. What you have to do is to file a claim with the store. The store will then contact the manufacturer. The manufacturer in turn then will ask the retailer or will assign what's called an independent inspector to come out and inspect your mattress. They determine whether or not it's a defect, and usually what's considered a defect if the mattress has a sag issue. And it has to measure at least 1 1/2 inches greater to be deemed a defect. Bear in mind that obvious defects such as rips and tears and holes and things of that nature will automatically be taken care of. Most retailers do not allow return of the mattress. If it's not considered a defect, they will not return it because you don't like it, it doesn't accommodate your needs. And if it is a manufacturing defect, you do have to follow a certain procedure for it to be determined to be a defect. If you have any questions or concerns or a complaint regarding a mattress, please contact our office and we'll be happy to advise you.
Thanks for that information, Joy. Now here's investigator Peter Dramalski from our office to talk about used mattresses.
Well, right now Maryland doesn't have a used bedding law. Up until the year 2008, Maryland had a law requiring people who sold used bedding to put a tag on it, saying that it was used and that it had been disinfected. They were not allowed to sell used bedding without disinfecting it. That was repealed 2 years ago in 2008, apparently because the state no longer had the money to enforce it. So now we have no law regulating the sale of used bedding. Used bedding does not need to be disinfected anymore. It's up to the buyer to protect himself. The only thing a seller has to do is make sure you know that he's selling you a used mattress, not a new mattress, because sometimes it can be difficult to tell. Well, in the mattress industry, you have new mattress dealers. You have a branch of the field called the renovator. The renovator takes a used mattress and he puts it in a brand new fabric cover, complete with sewing and the beading along the edges so that it looks like a new mattress. But it's just a new cover with the old mattress inside. That's called a renovated mattress. But again, Maryland doesn't require that old mattress to have been disinfected or sanitized. So it would look like a new mattress, but it's not. And that would be deceptive for a store to sell you a renovated mattress without telling you it was really used or without making it clear that you understood that a renovated mattress was not new. Well, let's say you're selling a used mattress. You want to sell it at a yard sale or in the classifieds or Craigslist or wherever. You should definitely make sure that your ad says it's a used mattress. I would recommend that you inspect it very carefully to make sure it doesn't have any infestations like roaches or bed bugs in it, because if it does, you might find yourself sued by the buyer for having carelessly sold him an infested mattress. So you need to take some precautions to check and protect yourself that you can't get in trouble for selling something that might be dangerous to somebody else. Okay, let's say that you want to buy a used mattress. It might not be a problem if you already know the person who's selling it to you, like another family member or a parent or whatever. Let's say you're buying it from somebody you don't know very well or don't know at all. Then what you need to do before you put any money down is look that mattress over carefully for stains, for signs of insect infestation. For example, with bed bugs, you want to pull apart the seams a little bit to see if there's anything hiding in the seams, to see if there's these little black dots clustered around the seams, which would be the feces from bed bugs or other bugs. You want to look for signs of that, and if it has it, then you probably don't want to touch it. You may not want to buy it if it's been torn open or has a tear in it, because bugs can get into the mattress that way, and then you'll never get them out, no matter what you do. If you're satisfied with the inspection, you may still want to protect yourself from allergies, from insect infestations, or other kinds of bacterial problems by buying what the industry calls a mattress encasement. This is basically a large cover for the mattress which is sealed tightly after the mattress is in it, and which prevents bugs from getting into the mattress, and it prevents bugs from getting out of the mattress. A mattress cover, this is an example of a mattress cover. They may come in other shapes and sizes, but it's designed to be the full length of the mattress and to cover the whole thing. Now, one thing that sets an encasement aside from an ordinary plastic bag, in case you're thinking of using that instead of saving some money, that you can't seal a plastic bag as tightly as the encasement is. I don't know if it will show up, but if you see along the seam here, you see that they have a zipper. And it's a very fine zipper with very fine teeth, and the seam is very tightly glued shut along the edges of the zipper so that bugs can't get in and out. If you have a coarser zipper with bigger teeth, bugs might be able to move through the teeth of the zipper. So simply tying a plastic bag shut or taping it might not work. Also, this is a much stronger fabric than your ordinary plastic bag. And it will probably be more durable than the plastic the mattress originally came in from the dealer, because that tends to get brittle with age, and these supposedly will not. You can learn more about encasements by going online and just doing browser searches.
Thanks, Peter. As Peter mentioned, bed bugs are a real nuisance. This year has been a particularly bad one for infestation throughout the United States. Here's Montgomery County Health Inspector Ellen Schmedley, who sat down with me to explain what's happening in our area. Ellen, thank you so much for being with us. You know, we're hearing so much about bed bugs in the news, lots of information. What is a bed bug? Can it kill us?
No, Eric. A bed bug is a blood-sucking insect. The adults are brown in color. They're about 1/4 of an inch long and about 1/8 of an inch wide. Their bodies are flat from the top to the bottom. They need to have a blood meal in order to reproduce. Once the bed bugs ingest a blood meal, they turn from brown to reddish brown. They feed primarily on humans, but can feed on animals. And no, they don't cause disease. They can't kill us. They have been associated with secondary skin infections because once they bite you, they pierce the skin. And in so doing, you may develop a red welt and become itchy. And in scratching, you can possibly cause a secondary skin infection.
Okay, I think I'm getting a little itchy just talking about it.
I think you'll be okay.
Well, now that we know what these bugs look like, Ellen, can you tell us, how do they get into our homes?
Well, bed bugs are also called hitchhikers. We take them with us wherever we go, when we travel, by using our luggage. If we sit down in a place that happens to have an infestation of bed bugs, we may pick up some on our clothing. Okay, Eric, let me also add that bed bugs are not only found in the bed, in the mattress, they can also be found behind picture frames on the walls, clothing, other furniture such as your sofa, draperies that hang in your house. They can also be found in the walls, in the voids of the walls. Once they get into your home, they travel pretty much like roaches do.
So once they come into our house, are there things that we can do to minimize it? And is there some way we can treat our house, short of burning it down?
Well, I would hope you wouldn't have to take those drastic measures. But yes, if indeed you happen to spot a bed bug, either after first being bitten by one, or seeing them live on your mattress, or seeing the fecal matter that they leave behind, the little blood spots after they excrete after having had a blood meal. If you happen to know that they're there, the first thing to do is to contact a licensed pest control operator, and they will work with you in trying to minimize the amount of bed bugs you have in your home and eventually eliminate them.
I've heard it's a pretty tough situation to rid yourself of bed bugs.
It is very difficult to do because they can live for so long. Adult bed bugs can live up to a year, maybe possibly 2, without even having a blood meal. Pest control companies now, because of the fact that it's very difficult to control them with just chemicals, are using a mechanical means of controlling the bed bugs. There have been cases documented where dry heat is used. They have even advocated to residents to place their clothing and linen inside a regular household clothes dryer at 120 degrees, and that'll take care of the problem with the bed bugs. It'll kill all life stages. Also, the use of steam heat has been used and works successfully as well.
Well, that's helpful information. It sounds like prevention is really the way you want to go with bed bugs.
Right. You're absolutely right, Eric. If a person knows that they have an infested piece of furniture, the best thing to do when they get rid of it is to label it clearly so that no one comes along and picks it up by mistake, thinking that, this is a nice piece of furniture, and then the next thing you know, you have the same problem that the previous owner had. There are many ways that people can prevent having the bed bugs, once having the bites especially. There are mattress encasements that can be used, as well as for box springs and mattresses, and people can just try to refrain from buying secondhand furniture or picking up furniture from the curb.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for giving us some good advice.
You're welcome.
We're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we'll head over to the impound lot to learn the ins and outs of the towing business. Stay tuned.
I understand you need a little help with your mortgage. Want to avoid foreclosure. Candy? Well, you're in luck. We're experts in this sort of thing. Mortgage, rigmarole, whatnot. Why don't we get a contract? Who wants a contract?
Here you go, Pete.
Thanks, Betty.
Write a toner.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, complaints about towing are a hot topic in our office here at Consumer Protection. Unfortunately, we may not always be able to resolve these complaints because they involve what is known in the business as a good tow. That means the tower had a legal right to tow your car because it was parked on private property without permission. How can you prevent a good tow? Investigator Doug Numbers has this report.
Hi, I'm Investigator Doug Numbers with the Montgomery County Office of Consumer Protection. We're here today to talk about towing. There are 4 different types of tows that occur in the county most commonly. Breakdown tows, consumer requested, your car breaks down on the highway or on the road and you need a tow truck. There's what's known as police tows. Again, if your car breaks down or you have some incident with the police, they will have your vehicle towed away. Also, rush hour tows. If your car is parked on a street somewhere in the county during rush hour, that can be towed away because you're impeding the flow of traffic. Also, there's what's known as trespass towing, where you parked on private property and your car has been towed away because you were there without permission. Hey, we did that to show you how quickly your car can be towed. Now, our tow truck person is coming back. Our friend Rick Chambers here has agreed to talk to us about towing. He is one of 60 licensed tow companies in the county that we as the Office of Consumer Protection license to do towing. And Rick's going to talk to us today about the various types of tows he does. Thanks for being here, Rick.
Hi, Doug.
Rick, you're a tow company. You're licensed in this county to tow cars.
Correct.
What types of tows do you do?
We do police-generated tows, consumer-generated tows.
Like my car breaks down and I call you and say, Rick, come get me?
Got to go to the shop, get my car repaired.
Gotcha.
We do work for motor clubs.
Okay,
Also,
AAA,
Geico.
Okay.
We also do private property trespass towing.
Okay, which basically means what?
Which means somebody owns a property, a commercial property, and they have a towing company under contract to help them manage their parking lot and any issues they have in their parking lot.
Okay.
Such as people parking on their lot and leaving, going somewhere else, taking up the spot that they need for their retail customers.
Okay, and also you can have, say, like apartment complexes could have like permit parking, things like that.
Apartment complexes have permit parking to make sure that everybody who is parking there is under lease,
Okay.
and there's not subletting and that sort of thing going on.
Okay, and as you know, I know, you're regulated by my office. We
Correct.
regulate trespass towing. What do we require you to do in order to let people know that trespass towing is going to occur on a property?
We have to have proper signage.
Okay.
We also have to have a written legal contract with the property owner.
Okay.
We have to have authorization to remove each and every car from the property in a signed form.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then we also have to have the correct licensing
Right.
through you.
And insurance.
Insurance. We also have to have a correct storage facility with a use and occupancy permit. Correct signage there. Also, make sure that somebody is on call and available to release cars that have been towed.
Let's talk a little more about trespass towing, Rick. People park on private property. Well, let's give people the idea, what is private property?
Private property is your local shopping mall, your apartment complex, strip shopping center, a place of business with a parking lot attached to it. It's all private property.
Well, Rick, thank you. I appreciate you being
problem,
here
Doug.
and doing this with us.
I'll put your card in.
Oh, please. You know, I don't imagine the paperwork I'd have to do if I have to explain to the county why my car is gone. So how do you avoid getting towed when you don't want to? Well, it's pretty simple. Don't park without permission on private property, which means you need to be aware of your surroundings when you park. But how can you tell if it's private property? Look for signs. By law, the property owner must give you notice, either through a sign or through a ticket before towing. The signs must be conspicuous, posted at the entrance of the parking lot and around the parking areas so you can see them. The signs need to state the parking restrictions, that they are enforced by towing, and also that they have a phone number you can call 24/7 to retrieve your vehicle. If you get towed, the tow company's lot is required to be located within the county and must stay open at least 2 hours after the tow has happened. Also, towing fees are set by the county. A typical private property tow costs about $140. If you feel you've been unjustly towed, please contact us here at the Office of Consumer Protection and we'll look into it. As Rick mentioned, not all tows occur on private property. Sometimes they happen on the county roads. Let's go check in with Sergeant Jim Snow of the Montgomery County Police Department to talk about police tows and rush hour tows. Tell me what you do here for the
I am
Montgomery
the
County Police.
Manager of the Montgomery County Police impound lot in the abandoned vehicle section located in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
So, what cars end up here?
The cars that we take here are vehicles that have been seized by the police for many reasons. There are vehicles that have been involved in collisions and the owners have not claimed them, and there are vehicles that simply are abandoned on the streets, and we take them off the streets to keep Montgomery County clean.
Okay, so what is a police tow?
Police tow is when an officer, for a legal reason, tows a vehicle. It takes it off the street at the time. They call for one of our contracted tow companies. The vehicle is towed to the tower's lot initially, and then after 5 days brought to the Montgomery County Police impound lot, where it is kept here until the owner either claims the vehicle or it's sold at public auction.
So what's the average cost of somebody if I come here to get my cost back? Any
When
idea?
the vehicle initially comes into our lot, it's $271. That includes the initial tow, a transfer tow to our lot, and storage at the tower's lot. And then we charge $26 a day storage while the vehicle is here until it's claimed.
Okay, do you have to have the registration of the vehicle?
And you also guys are involved in what's known as rush hour towing along with the County Department of
We
Transportation.
regulate the rush hour tows. The rush hour tows are performed actually by a towing contractor for the parking division. They're, in old terms, would be called meter maids.
Okay.
They go out during the rush hour. They issue a parking citation. And because the roadways have to be cleared, a tower goes with them, and they immediately remove these vehicles from the rush hour tow zones, which are in both Bethesda and Silver Spring urban districts.
Okay, and that's certain times of day, like in the mornings and the evenings?
Correct, during the rush hours.
During the rush hours. Where do those vehicles end up before they come here? Do they eventually come here?
Initially, the tower takes them to a convenient lot either in Bethesda or Silver Spring, where the person may conveniently claim the vehicle that day, right after they discover the vehicle is missing. If it is not claimed that day, then it is transferred to our lot for processing and eventual release to the owner.
Jim, what are your hours of operation here?
Police impound lot is open from 7 a.m. till 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. We, of course, are closed on county holidays. We are also closed on the weekend. There are times, though, that we will have a weekend detail, and we will notify citizens that we can release their cars on specific days. If these vehicles are not picked up, every month we have an auction. It's held on the fourth Saturday of each month. The auction is held at 9 a.m., but our gates open on this fourth Saturday at 7:30, where people are allowed to view the vehicles for sale and decide if they would like to have it. There's no entry fee to come to our auction. All we ask is that you have a Maryland or other state driver's license that will be accepted by the MVA to process the paperwork once you buy one of our vehicles. The vehicle auctions start at $50. It can go up to as high as $20,000 or $25,000 if the vehicle is very nice, but generally most cars sell for under $1,000. We do not guarantee the condition of any vehicle. We do also do not hand out tags, so you need to tow the vehicle from site. But if a person knows a vehicle, knows the quality of it, they can get a very good car for a very good price.
So a typical auction, how many cars do you usually sell?
Right now, for this month, we are scheduled to sell 188 vehicles. These vehicles include cars, trucks, large trucks, trailers, boats, motorcycles, scooters. If we have towed it in here, we're going to sell it if it's not claimed.
Well, we're just about out of time, but I want to address one more thing before we go. Cell phones. Did you know that beginning October 1st, 2010, Maryland drivers are required to use hands-free cell phones while operating a vehicle? We already have a no texting law. Driving while using a handheld phone is a secondary offense, meaning that a driver must first be committing a primary offense such as speeding before they can receive a fine for talking on a cell phone. The fine is $40 and a subsequent offense would be $100. Add that to the $500 fine if you're caught texting, and using your phone in the car can be one expensive habit. All these cell phone laws are obviously put in place to keep drivers from getting distracted and ultimately prevent accidents. Maryland has joined 7 other states and the District of Columbia in this effort. Thanks for watching, and remember, safe driving.